Hello everyone, welcome to Unshackling Sudokus and Puzzles. I'm Kishore and I'm here to solve a classic Sudoku created by Bondye. This Sudoku has been taken from the CTC Discord server and the link to solve this is in the description of the video. If you're enjoying the videos that we are producing on the channel, please hit the subscribe button and do support us on Patreon. Recently, we posted a reward for our Patreons. It was a doppelganger Sudoku, a single Sudoku, which you can solve both as an odd and as an even Sudoku too. So if you want to solve the Sudoku, please become a Patreon. We'd really appreciate if you try to support the channel. Okay, let's move to the rules now. Classic rules apply. Each row, each column, and 3 by 3 box in the grid has digits 1 to 9 without any repetitions. So these are the rules, and I'll start this Sudoku now. We'll start with corner marking. One is in row 4, one is in column 9. So that gives one in one of these two cells. Okay, so one is in column 4, one is in row 1, that gives a 1 here. And similarly, one in box 7 has only two options, this cell or this cell. One cannot be in row 7, column 2, and one cannot be in row 8, column 1. Rest of the boxes, namely box 1 and box 9, as you can see, have 4 options each. So I'm not going to mark that. Let's try marking 2s now. 2 is not in row 2, so that gives 2 in one of these two cells. And that gives a 2 in column 9. Okay, in box 7, 2 has to be in one of these two cells. It can't be in row 7 and it cannot be in column 3. And okay, we got our first digit. Row 4 and row 6, you have 2, so that gives a 2 here because 2 can't be here in row 5, column 5, and 2 can't be in row 5, column 6. Okay, so we placed our first digit. Box 1 has many options for 2s, so don't bother marking that. I think we have made all the corner pencil marking of 2s here. Let's go for 3s. There are only 2 3s in the grid, as you can see. There is one more 3 in row 4. But it isn't helping us eliminate many cells in boxes. So for instance, if you look at column 7, you still have 3 places, and even in row 1, you still have 3 places. So let's quickly switch over to the next digit, 4s. 4 is in column 1 and column 2. So that gives a 4 in column 3 in these two cells. Okay, moving on. We've got our next digit here. 4 is not in column 5 and column 6, and it is not in row 4 and row 5. So that gives a 4 here. Excellent. Okay, column 4 now looks a really good place to continue making center candidates, but let's first finish up this corner marking. 4 in row 7 has only 2 options. And 4 in box 3 has 2 options again. Let me mark that. Okay, I think I've marked the 4s now. Let's move on to 5s. 5 is not in row 6, 5 is not in column 3, so that gives me a 5 in these two cells. And 5 in column 8, if you look closely, can only be in these 3 cells, out of which row 9 is eliminated. So 5 goes in here. And rest of the boxes have many options for 5s. Let's move on to 6s now. 6 is in column 1 and 2. That gives a 6 in one of these two cells. And 6 is in row 8, so that gives a 6 in one of these two cells. And which gives a 6 in column 6? It can't be in row 6, column 6. Okay, let's move on to the next digit because there are no more boxes which have only 2 or lesser than 2 options for the 6. For instance, box 3 has 3 options and box 9 has a lot of options. So let's go to 7. 7 is not in column 3, 7 is not in row 9, that gives a 7 in here, these two cells. 7 is not in column 6, 7 is not in row 3, that gives a 7 in here. 7 is not in row 6, 7 is not in column 9, that gives a 7 in here. Box 9 has 4 options. Box 5 has 4 options. And box 1 has 4 options again. So let's move on to the next digit. 8. 8 is not in column 8, so that gives an 8 here. And which in turn gives an 8 in row 3 in these two cells. So this is a strange Sudoku because on first thought I felt that this Sudoku must not be so hard. I expected to get a few more digits at least because there are so many givens in the grid, but we have got so far I think only 2 or 3 digits. So this seems to be a hard Sudoku. Okay, 8 is not in column 8, 8 is not in row 7, that gives 8 in these 4 cells. No use there. 8 is not in row 7, 8 is not in column 6, so that gives 8 here. Very well. Ah, 8 is not in row 5, and that gives an 8 in these two cells. That's excellent. And that gives me an 8 here. Superb. So if you look at row 3 now, 8 had only 2 options. And because we got an 8 in column 2 of box 4, so 8 is eliminated here. That gives me an 8 here. So I got my third digit, right? 1, 2, 3. Any more 8s? Let me take a quick look here. No more 8s. So let's move to the final digit for making corners. 9 is not in column 1, 9 is not in row 1, that gives a 9 in here. 9 in box 2, if you look at, there are only 2 options. Excellent. That has given us a pair. Beautiful, right? 9 is not in row 1, 9 is not in column 4, so that has given an excellent pair, right? So 1, 9. 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 1, 9. So that gives me a 5, 7 pair here. Superb. So let me remove the corners now. I got a 5, 7 here. Continuing, looking for the 9s. 9 in row 8 has only 2 options. 9 has to be in these two cells. Box 6 has 3 options. Box 4 has 3 options. This box has many options. And this box, as we saw at the start, had 4 options. Okay. So we have made all the corner pencil marks. Now it's time to switch our style to making center candidates. And just I had said a few moments back, this seems to be a hard Sudoku because the corners did not yield much digits, but let's see. We'll start with column 4. This seems like a good place to make some candidates. As you can see, there are only 3 digits left in this column. They must be 5, 7, and 8, which I'm going to pencil mark. And now, so let's use a systematic approach here. Let's focus on these boxes which have 5 givens and try to write some digits, and then we'll go along maybe rows or columns. Let's start with box 3. All the odds have been placed as givens there. The remaining digits are 2, 4, 6, 8. This will be 6, 8. This will be 4, 6, 8. This will be 2 under 6, and that will be 2 under 4. Now let's go to maybe this box, box 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 8. we need 1, 6, 7 and 9. So this will be 6, 7, 9. This will be 6, 7, 9. This will be a 1 and a 9. And that will be a 1, 6 and 7. Let me take a step back and see if the digits that we have made, I mean the candidates that we have marked, is giving us something. I don't think so. Let's continue our journey. 1, 2, 4, 6 and 7. Box 4. We need 3, 5, 8 and 9. So you have 8, 9 here. That's a 3, 5. This will be 3, 9 because 5, 8 are eliminated. This is a 5, 8 and 9. No 3. And this is a 3, 8 and a 9. No 5. I don't see anything yet. Let's look at this box. 4, 5, 6, 8 and 9. We need 1, 2, 3 and 7. So this is 3, 7. 1 and 2 are eliminated. This is 1, 3. 2 and 7 are eliminated. This will be 2, 3, 7 and that will be a 1, 2 and 3. All regulation stuff. I'm just looking at cells, eliminating numbers and writing some candidates. This is strange. I haven't got anything yet. Let's look at this box. 1, 2, 4, 7 and 9. This is not a 7 which I could have eliminated long back. Let me remove the 7 here. So this is 5 or 8 and 7 in column 4 goes in one of these two cells. Okay. We need 3, 5, 6, 8 in this box, right? This will be 3, 5, 6 because of the 8 here. This will be 3, 5, 8 and this will be 3, 6 and 8. So we need to keep track of these digits which are looking down the column. For example, we have marked a 2 in here, an 8 in here, so we may forget that while looking at cells. So it's important to remember. Let's look at row 3 now. 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. I need 1, 2, 6 and 9. So this will be 1, 2, 9. There is no 6 and there are no pointing pairs looking at that cell. And by pointing pairs, I mean these kind of pencil markings in a row or a column. So for example, you have 2 looking at column 8 in downward direction. So you can say this is a pointing pair. This cell has to be a 1, 6 and a 9. Can anything else go there? No, it can only be 1, 6 and a 9. Okay, so where do we go now? Let's look at column 1. I need 2, 3, 5, 7 in these two cells and you cannot have 2, 3 here. So this will be 5, 7. And this will be 2, 3, 5 and 7. Excellent. I have a pair in row 2. So I was looking around this marking and I noticed that in row 2, you have an excellent pair. Superb. So now these two cells cannot be 5, 7. 2, 3, 5, 7. This can only be 1, 4, 6 and 9. There are still 4 possibilities there. Let's leave that. Let's come over to this cell. 2, 3, 5, 7. 4 and 6 and 8. Excellent. So this is 1 and 9. So I'm just looking at box 7 to see if something is staring down at this cell. Not it. Uh, oh, there is one more pair in row 2, guys. A 1 9 pair. So which means this cell is even reduced in possibilities now. So it cannot be 2 3 5 7 1 9. So it can only be 4 6 and 8. 8 is ruled out. So this is 4 or a 6. Okay. So I mean, look at the amount of cells with bi-value candidates, guys. This is a really juicy Sudoku, so to speak. And you don't know, you're not sure where to look for exactly. There are lots of juicy cells. Now where do I look? I have to search for cells which are really limited. I haven't looked at box 9 at all, and it's completely empty. 4 5 7 and 9. So these cells will be 1 2 3 6 and 8. This can't be 1 and 3, row 9 column 9. So 2 6 and 8. Okay, and this is not 4 5 7 and 9, and 2 3 and 8. So this will be a 1 and 6. Okay, by value candidate again. That's excellent. This is 1 3 6 8. 4 possibilities. Look at row 8. 1 3 5 7 4 and 6. So this will be a 2 8 and a 9. This is not a 7. There is a 7 staring down here. I should have eliminated it. This is 6 and a 9. And look at row 7 column 9. It cannot be 1 3 5 7 2 8 9. So that's 4 and 6. So we are, you can say unearthing hidden gems from the Sudoku. One by one, there are lots of cells which are giving rise to bi-value candidates here. I've again not eliminated 8 from here. So 8 is staring down at this column. This is not an 8. So that's 3 5. I need to be careful here. This seems to be a hard Sudoku, guys. Let me look at row 6 now. 1 3 8 and 9 are required, and 8 is not in column 6. So that's a 1 3 and a 9. This is 1 3 8 and 9. So I almost have a quadruple here, but the problem is there is a 2 here. Actually, you have 5 digits in these 4 cells. The 5 different digits are 1, 2, 4, 6, and 9. So if one digit out of that is eliminated, we could have a quadruple and a potential breakthrough. Oh, this is good. Look at this row. You have one digit of 5 7 here and none of 5 and 7 here. Now we know that there is one more cell which must take a 5 7, and that cannot be row 1 column 3 because you already have a 5 7 here, which means that one of these highlighted cells must take a 5 or a 7, right? We don't know which one yet, either this cell, row 1 column 1 or row 1 column 2, but we can be sure that one of these cells must take a 5 7, because none of these 4 are 5 7, and you have one 5 7 here, which means the other one must be in these 2 cells, 3 cells, and that cell is eliminated, row 1 column 3. Okay, so you can make use of that fact. 1 6 8 9 and 5 7 is not here, so this will be a 2 3 and a 4. 2 is not here, so that's a 3 4. Again, one more hidden gem, a bi-value candidate. Excellent. Now I'm going to give a deeper look. I don't want to miss anything here. There are so many bi-value candidates in the grid. Usually they give rise to something very quickly. I'm noticing something strange in here, guys. Is that something to explore? You have a 4 6 4 6 here, and that is being looked at by that cell. I'm just wondering if both of these can be simultaneously 4, or both of these can be simultaneously 6. That is row 2 column 3 and row 7 column 9. They could be. I don't see why they can't. This is a tough nut to crack, guys. A really tough nut. Look at this cell. 1 2 8 9 4 and 5. This can only be 3 6 and 7. That is nothing actually. But okay, we got it reduced to 3 or less than 3 candidates. That will be a big victory for us. Where do I need to look? I hope I'm not missing something very, very easy here. So my attention is drawn to these cells for some reason. There seems to be something going on here. Maybe I've just highlighted some cells vaguely. Let me just see if there is something there. Yes. Yes. There seems to be a chain, guys. And I'm going to use that because I feel kind of trapped in the Sudoku and I would like to come out of this point. So whatever comes along my way, I'm going to take that. Look at the cell highlighted in green just now. Can this cell take a 6? A really difficult deduction to see. And you can ask me how I hit upon this deduction. I was basically looking at this cell as I said at the start. I was wondering if both of row 2 column 3, that is the cells in yellow, can be simultaneously 4 or simultaneously 6, and that's how I managed to get this deduction. If the cell is in a cell in green is 6, look what happens. This becomes a 4, this becomes a 9, and because of this 9, this becomes a 3. Now you have 3 4 here. What can the red contain? Row 1 column 3, or rather I'll just highlight it using pink. What can the pink cell contain now? Both 3 and 4 are eliminated. So which means that you can't have 6 in the green cell. Let me eliminate the 6 from that cell. So that's a 4 and 8. Excellent, guys. This is excellent. And the moment you did that, you have a Y wing now. Let me remove these colors. Superb. This is really superb. So look at these cells. I just spotted it just like that after removing the 6 here. The yellow cells are forming a Y wing. Incidentally, Y wing also occurred in our previous video, and now we are facing the same technique. So basically you need to identify means 3 cells out of which there is some combination of 3 different digits. Right, the 3 different digits here are 4, 6 and 8, and in each cell you must have a bi-value candidate. So you have 4, 6 here in row 1, row 7, column 9. You have 4, 8 in row 2, column 9, and you have 6, 8 in row 2, column 7. Right, so this is a Y wing. The reason is you have 3 different digits, 4, 6 and 8, and in all these 3 cells you have some combination of 2 out of those 3 digits. You can call AB, AC and BC. So when you have such a pattern, you need to identify the hinge cell. In this case, the hinge cell is the pink cell. The hinge is nothing but it sees the other 2 cells, right? And the other 2 cells are the wing cells, namely the cells in green. So the pink cell is hinge cell, the green cells are the wing cells. But when you do that, you can eliminate the digit which is common between the wing cells, in this case 6, from the cell which is seeing the wing cells. So I'll mark that using blue or purple. From this purple cell you can eliminate 6, because the moment you have a 6 here, this becomes 4, this becomes 8, and you have no digit possible in the pink cell. That is an excellent deduction. So let me go back here. So 6 is eliminated here from the purple cell, and that has given me a pair in row 7. Excellent. So this is not 3 now, row 7, column 5, because you have a 3, 7 pair, and that's the 4, 5 and 6. Is that giving me something? I really need something here now. Actually, you can eliminate the 6 from row 9, column 7 too. I mean from the red cell. Even this cell can't be a 6, the same idea, because this row 9, column 7 is seeing both the green cells, and that cannot be a 6 by the rule of Y wing. So which means it can only be 1, 3 and 8. Let me remove the color now. I have a 4, 6 here, a 1, 6 here, a 1, 9 here, a 6, 9 here. Is this an XY chain? 1, 4, 6, 9. No, this is a Y wing again, guys. Come on. Excellent. Let me remove these colors first. Superb. So look at these 3 cells. The ones in yellow. We have one more Y wing here. Same idea. We have identified 3 cells, and we have some combination of 3 digits in those 3 cells, and each of these 3 cells have a bi-value candidate, and we have a hinge cell which is the red cell, and the wing cells which are the green cells. So this is a typical Y wing. So these are the common cells, and you can eliminate the digit which is common between the wing cells from all these purple cells. So none of these can be a 6. Excellent. Superb. So I hope that this gives me a breakthrough. This is a really tough Sudoku, guys. A very, very tough one, I would say. So let me just go back to the screen. Yeah. Now 6 can be eliminated from row 7, column 9. So that's a 4. This is not 4, 5, 6. And that 4 gives me an 8 here. That gives me a 6 here. That gives me a 2 here. A 4 here. Superb. I'm getting some progress. That 6 in row 2 gives me a 4 here. That has given me a 3 here. That gives a 9 in row 5, column 3, which gives a 1. Because of the 3, you get a 1 here, and column 3 is completed now. Okay, so this is not 2, that's 1 and 9 because of 2. 1 9 3 4 6 8. So I need 2 5 7 in box 1. Let me quickly scan things here. This is not 6, right? Because you can't have 6 here. That's a 2 8. Let me remove the colors now. You have an 8 in column 9. So row 9, column 9 is a 2. That will become an 9 now, which means this will be a 6. That's not a 6. That's not a 6. 2 in row 9. Removes the 2 from this cell. And that gives me a 2 in here. And because of this one, I get a 3 here, I7, a 7 here. I think this is the break-in, guys. The wiving in box 6 and box 9. That has given a lot of digits. 3 is not in column 2. 3 goes here. And this is a 5-7 pair now. Column 1. So that gives me a 2. Excellent. This is 5 goes here. That gives a 8 here. All right. Don't get stuck, please. Okay, row 9. 3 can't be here, 3 can't be here. And where does the 3 go in box 8 now? So that gives a 3 here. This is not a 3 now, that's 1 and 9. That gives a 3 in row 6. Okay, 3 goes here in row 7. And looking at column 7, this must be a 7, 8. This must be 5, 7, 8. And 8 is not possible, so that's 5 and 7. 5 is not in row 4, that's a 7, 8. Let me remove these stray pencil marks. They are kind of disturbing, you can say. Let's make it clean now. Okay, look at column 6. We have a 1-9 pair. This must be a 5-6 pair now. And that is instantly resolved, 6 and 5. Row 5, so this will be 1-7 for row 5. This will be 7, 8 and 9. What do we have here? We have pencil marked everything. And do we have a bug here? A bug is something called a bi-value universal grid. And the technique is that when you land up at the very end of the Sudoku where you have marked every cell with bi-value candidate except one cell which has a tri-value candidate. As you can see in this case, row 4 column 5 has 3 possible candidates. So you can instantly write a digit here. And the way to write is you need to look for the digit which appears 3 times in that column, 3 times in that row and 3 times in that box. Of course, you should not interpret it in the literal sense. By 3 times, I mean the candidate. If you look at this column, 7 appears 3 times, right? And if you look at this row, 7 appears 3 times. And if you look at this box, 7 appears 3 times. So you can instantly write a 7 here. This is shortcut to the solution. You can use uniqueness here. I'm sorry, not uniqueness. Basically, every Sudoku that you solve must have a unique solution. And since this is created by a reputed author, you can use the fact that the Sudoku will have a unique solution and instantly put the 7 there. But let's see if we can get the logic here. I'm not sure if we need to use some coloring. So let's start looking at 7s because there is an imbalance only in 7s. Rest of the digits are just, having a sort of balance. Superb, guys. I found it. Excellent. Look at this cell. Green cell. It cannot be 8. Reason is it forces both of these cells to be a 7 And where does the 7 go in box 6 now? You can, I think this is called a W wing. You identify a cell which forces some two cells to be the same digit, and that forces 7 out of a box or a row or a column. I've seen a lot of W wing videos on our channel. They were created by Ashish, and I really like spotting W wings. So I think this is a W wing here. So an 8 in that green cell gives 7 in both the pink cells, and there is no 7 in here, right? Which means that we have found the breakthrough, I think. So the green is not a 8, that's a 5, that's a 6, that's an 8, that's a 5. I think we can rush through here. This is 8, that's 1, that's 6, that's a 9, 1, 7, 1, 9, that's 7, 8, that's a 7, that's a 5, 9, 1, 9, 1, 5, 7. And with that, we have completed this really tough Sudoku by Bondye, I would say. The two Y-wings define the Sudoku really. So I was wondering if we could have spotted if we could have used the second Y-wing at the start itself. I'm not sure if I missed that. Maybe that would have led us to the solution at the very start. I'm not really sure. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. This was an excellent Sudoku by Bondye. I really enjoyed solving it. Do remember to subscribe to the channel and become a Patreon of the channel. We'd really appreciate it. Hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.